Thank you so much for all the intense, beautiful love you've given us over the years. We're so excited to be here and play for you tonight and play as many times as we can over the years, and we love you all so much.
Any of the people that you have known about, written about in your experiences, ever recognize some pieces that you've written for them? Have everybody? They have?
Yeah, they always kind of know.
They know?
Yeah, and everyone's liked it. The joke that I was saying is no one's ever got mad at me for writing about them, but they got mad if I didn't write about them. Really surprised. Like Daler Mehndi.
Oh wow, listen! Daler Mehndi.
Daler Mehndi.
Bolo tarara. Really?
Yeah, I love the
Tell me, have you often vibed to that song?
Yeah, like I made because usually every year, at the end of the year, I'll make like a playlist of my favorite songs from the year.
Yeah.
And I think a few years ago that was on my list. If you find it, it's on my, you can link to it or something.
You've always been vocal about your love for Mr. AR Rahman,
Oh, yeah,
like the OG AR Rahman fan.
Yeah.
And I remember you said that I want to collaborate someday. We hope that happens.
That'd be amazing.
Tell me, how far has that conversation going? Have you ever has anybody reached out to him, or
No, it hasn't been like that. I'd love to. No, unfortunately with him it hasn't worked that way. Usually I kind of just field requests. It's been pretty rare to reach out to anybody. So it's usually someone asking me because I'm too shy or something.
Hello everybody, I'm Rodrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. Well, I'm surely lucky because I get to talk to this absolutely fantastic artist now in person. The last time we spoke to him, he shared so much more about what he plans to do and having bigger plans of visiting India, and he's made it happen. Of course, talking about Greg and cigarettes after sex. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for
You
having
made it happen.
Yes.
It is clearly the biggest tour you ever done here.
Yes.
Particularly solo trip. Otherwise, if we had to find you in India, we could go to any nice cool club in Bangalore or Mumbai years back with niche crowds singing to you. How does it feel? You made this happen.
It's amazing. I mean, our fans in India have been longtime fans too, since the beginning, pretty much, since like the band kind of came out. So, just coming here always feels like coming full circle. It feels like, some of our most passionate fans are here, so we always want to come here as much as we can. It's been great to come, to a few more cities this time too, versus just Mumbai.
No, 100%. Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's called the Exes tour, which is of course curated by Book My Show, and like you said, the fans are crazy, waiting outside. I saw the lines. But interestingly, let's define why you named it the Exes tour. People have their own interpretations, obviously. We'd like to hear yours.
Yeah, well, I mean, I call the record Exes for a few different reasons. But I think the simplest kind of best thing is just kind of like ex-loves, ex-romances. I think that's like the best thing about it.
Yeah.
You could probably say. There's other reasons for it, but I think that's the best thing. And, because the songs I sing and about, they're about ex-romances, or they can become ex-romances. But that's the beautiful thing, I think that's beautiful.
Absolutely. The reason why I brought it up, of course, is it is true. You do talk about ex-romances and ex-love in the most beautiful way. And I feel that is why people have connected to it. Greg, where do you find the kind of intensity and the kind of passion and that kind of a little sadness that comes in the songs, often in the writing that you bring out in many of your songs? Where does it come from? Does it come from a deep dark place somewhere?
It always have. For me, going through like heartbreak or just this feeling somebody, it's always been so intense. And I've always kind of needed music to deal with it as well.
Yeah.
Just like, I've been heartbroken so much where I couldn't sleep, and I had to like put on music to like calm me down. And I thought someday like I should like write music that does that for somebody else too. And it seems like that's what we hear all the time. Like when we meet fans, they're always like, put you on to go to sleep, and it relaxes me and stuff like that. And that's a big part of it. Just the, that's heartbreak is just such an intense feeling, and like you need music is like medicine to deal with it. It's nice.
You're talking about the Exes too. Have any of the people that you have known about, written about in your experiences, ever recognized some pieces that you've written for them? Have everybody? They have?
Yeah, they always kind of know.
They know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and everyone's liked it. The joke that I was saying is no one's ever got mad at me for writing about them, but they got mad if I didn't write about them.
They're like, what wrong did I do?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be written about by, and sung about and with cigarettes after sex producing that, I mean.
Yeah, that's it. And the song, like I don't want to write songs that are like bitter or like mean.
Yeah.
Like I just want to even like if the romance was, kind of flawed, or if it was heartbreaking in the end, I'd rather kind of focus on like all the sweet times that happened, little like photographs that I can keep of like a special day with somebody, and kind of focus on that instead of anything bad.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the most honest thing to be very,
That's
to,
right.
to really mention this right now. Greg, people have come across many of your albums and spoken about the songs that have really deeply impacted them. Like you said, they're passionate fans because they come and tell you this song really
Yeah.
like spoke to me.
For sure.
But what were the songs, they may not be popular, the ones that you truly, deeply got impacted by, that you wrote, and you're very, very proud of?
The ones that I've written? Let's see. Yeah, I think the one that I always think of now is Nothing's Gonna Hurt You, Baby, which we always play that song. That's the song that kind of changed everything for us, too. That's the song that kind of changed my writing, because I thought, let me write something really personal about this girl I was in love with. And just like kind of tell like really kind of details that were kind of intimate. And all this stuff is true in that song. Like I was dancing in the living room with like sunglasses on and singing like a microphone, like we're like singing to each other and like being like silly and stuff like that. And like the enduring thing of just like wanting to protect somebody is such like a beautiful thing with romance. Like you want to kind of be there for them and make sure they don't get hurt, or just kind of watch out for them. So I like that sentiment a lot. So, but it's just that song was really confessional. It was a true story. And when I started writing stuff like that, I thought, okay, this is really what I should be doing. Like, it feels like therapy. It feels like the more honest, the better when you write. If you could be honest, And it's hard to do.
Yeah?
It's hard to do for sure.
It is. You're putting out a lot there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Greg, when you plan for a particular country tour, how do you plan your songs? Like, for example, for this India tour, because, you also know what are the songs that have worked here previously. You've been many times to India, actually, to know the culture, the vibe of the people. Tell me how you curate those songs for the stage and knowing that this will really get the crowd going.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I think of it like if I go see a concert, I want to hear like all the big songs from somebody.
Of course.
I've seen concerts where they don't play the song you want. You're like, it's like a huge song. You're like,
True.
Yeah, like why'd they skip that song? So, like for me, it's like I'll kind of like know like what the big songs are from us just
all
by
the global
looking.
hits.
Yeah, like looking at YouTube, looking at Spotify, looking at Apple Music, whatever. And then there's like fan favorites that we know like the fans love. Like a song called Opera House, we always play a lot because that one always feels really special for fans. So those I kind of just have gauged by like talking to fans and like playing shows through the years. But I've been pretty blown away. Like our Indian fans know like some really deep cuts.
Yeah.
Because usually after the shows we'll do like a little signing and take photos with like the first 20 fans in line. So like whoever gets here first, they can meet us after the show for free and just like take photos and stuff. And I'll always ask them their favorite songs, and they're telling me like really obscure ones now. Like I think it said like Starry Eyes. I heard like a bunch here, and a song called Pure. I'm a firefighter. Like so that's really impressive. I always love seeing that.
I'm glad. I'm sure all the indie fans right now are very, very happy to listen to this. Also because they, like we were just discussing, you go outside and you see all of them in black.
Yeah.
Like the way you're dressed. They know where they are. If you see today in Mumbai anywhere and someone in complete black and walking towards this area, we know it's the Cigarettes After Sex concert.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is amazing. It's like an army that is kind of in support, understanding what you have also created through your music, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a dress code. It's like, like
it's kind of.
for sure. But I love seeing that, like when we drive by like the line, people get in and everyone's dressed in black. It's like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the best.
We're talking about deep songs and romance.
Yeah.
You've always been vocal about your love for Mr. AR Rahman,
Oh, yeah,
like the
great.
OG AR Rahman fan.
Yeah.
But and I remember you said that I want to collaborate someday. We hope that happens.
That'd be amazing.
Tell me how far has that conversation going? Have you ever has anybody reached out to him or
No, it hasn't been like that. I'd love to. No, unfortunately with him it hasn't worked that way. Usually I kind of just field requests. It's been pretty rare to reach out to anybody. So it's usually someone asking me because I'm too shy or something to like do it.
But I don't know. I hope I'm next time going to meet Mr. Rahman, and if I do, I'm going to put in a word. I would love to see that collab happen.
That'd be amazing.
That'll be amazing.
That'd be really amazing. So maybe I should reach out.
You should. I mean, listen. We're going to tag him and see what we can do about that. We're going to make it happen. But also, have there been more interesting Indian artists? Because over the years, you've been very open about accepting cultures. Wherever you've traveled, you're an artist who is very informed. Also, tell me, how have you tried to explore more Indian artists and otherwise?
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by other music and Indian music especially. The sitar sound. Ananda Shaker I still listen to a lot. Like I love that. There's some of these kind of older songs, and even like I think people were surprised I'm probably gonna mess his name up, but it's like a Daler Mehndi. Is that his name? Daler Mehndi. The guy does like bolo.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Like, let me show it to you. So,
Sure, show it to me.
Like, I'm always bad at pronouncing these kind of names.
But I'm so like, you're among the very few artists who's actually gone and like listened and like made that effort.
I love this. Like a lot of my Indian fans are really surprised. Like Daler Mehndi.
Oh wow, Daler, listen, Daler Mehndi.
Mehndi, okay. Daler Mehndi.
Bolo tarara, really?
Yeah, I love this
Tell
song.
me, how have you often vibed to that song?
Yeah, like I made like because usually every year at the end of the year I'll make like a playlist of my favorite songs from the year.
Yeah.
And I think a few years ago that was on my list. If you find it, it's on my.
Love it.
You could link to it or something. But
I love it. Bolo tarara is a vibe.
I've heard it's a huge like wedding song, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a huge wedding song and it immediately kind of gets you in the mood. I'm sure when you've
it's so
listened
fun.
to it, you're like,
It's an awesome song. Incredible.
I
Song,
love
yeah.
that. Actually, from what I understand, you listen to varied stuff, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah, because just like
Tell me a few artists that are very, very opposite to you and you absolutely love them.
Oh, let's see. I mean, like I was a metalhead growing up. I was Metallica was like a huge one. And then what else? I'm trying to think of like off the top of my head. You know, this hip hop stuff like.
Who?
Like 21 Savage or something.
Of course, I love it.
21 Savage. What else? But I like all the big pop people too. The big pop people I like what's like the biggest song?
BTS?
You know, like Sabrina Carpenter or you know, Chapel Roan. Like, you know, they're all great too. Lipa, like it's all. There's Billie Eilish.
Of
like
course.
so all that stuff is huge. Like a lot of jazz music I listen to, like Miles Davis, John Coltrane. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, so to me, it's like the variety is really special. Like, because music, like I said, it's like medicine for different things.
Yeah.
So the music that we're making, I think that's like, you know, that's when you want to kind of calm down and mellow out.
Yeah.
Get romantic, or you know, kind of get anxiety away and kind of just feel like this relaxed feeling. But sometimes you really want to, you know, be in more of a, what do you call it, like kind of an excited mode, and you want to, you know, just kind of get those other feelings out.
You've written songs for others when you've been in relationships. Has anyone ever written something for you? I've always wondered.
Oh, yeah.
Must have been flattering.
Yeah, they have every so often.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff, like the ones like you write.
Yeah, it's like there's been some sweet ones. Like I like.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just a few. So it's kind of nice. It's nice when it's repaid.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's always amazing, right? Because you always come from that place
Yeah.
of writing down your feelings and stuff like that. So
Yeah, because it should feel like a little, like to me, like a song's like a little like letter. So you know, like, do you think of like you got like a letter from someone you loved? You like you'll keep it. You know, like you want to treasure it, or just the thought is like a gift. You know, so it's supposed to kind of feel like that to somebody, like a little letter that you write to them.
we spoke about artists that you like. I want to know a few collaborations that you want to do with artists that are completely different from the genre that you do.
Oh, let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like I always love the artist Enya. There's something to do with Enya.
Okay.
That's like always one that I always thought of. I just love her voice so much. Enya. I'm trying to think of other ones too. Like it's right now I'm actually trying to like write with more people, like write with other songwriters.
Sure.
And like kind of see how that stuff goes. That's the one that always comes to mind. I'm trying to think of like someone else like really new I would do. Like where our voices would work together. And there's like kind of the easy ones, like the lyricists I really like are like, of course there's always Lana Del Rey, and there's Frank Ocean, and there's people like that, so that'd be kind of nice. Yeah, those are the ones off the top of my head that I can think of. Yeah.
If I say if you had to kind of just chill and watch and make it like a movie night, what would Greg watch? Oh, but with the whole band actually, not just you. What would you guys just like be watching and just like not thinking about anything, not really like relaxing? What would you do?
Much relaxing, yeah, let's say. Yeah, because I do that pretty often. I have to watch movies kind of like a few a week, or I start to have like withdrawal symptoms just because I'm so addicted to movies. I'm trying to think of like, yeah, my favorite kind of movie to like relax with or something. The one that comes to mind for some reason is this movie called The Wind Rises.
Okay.
It's a Japanese director, Miyazaki, the one who did like Spirited Away and all that stuff. But The Wind Rises always puts me in such a good mood. It's just very calming, and it's like a very beautiful love story.
Yeah.
So that one always comes to mind. I'm not sure why, but
Okay,
that's in there.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Any popular, typical Hollywood romances that you would be, oh, not bad, this is something that I can watch?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, like you know, my favorite like rom-com would be like Pretty Woman or something.
Ah,
You know, so
that's a good one.
yeah, Pretty Woman. So I love rom-coms too. It's like it's
Love it.
definitely a thing. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Have you know, it's interesting. Have you ever seen any kind of Indian film?
Yeah, not. I mean, like I know like some of the Bollywood soundtracks, but I haven't really seen the films.
You know some Bollywood soundtracks? Which one? This is
It's
interesting.
yeah, it's like was it Sholay or whatever? That's like,
Sholay?
Yeah, it's like a huge one, right?
Oh wow! Have you seen the movie?
I haven't seen the movie though. It's one of those. It's even like a bunch of like Italian films that or Italian soundtracks I love. I haven't seen the movies, so it's kind of one of those.
I love that you know Sholay soundtracks. It's the sound that really obviously
Yeah.
is memorable always all the
Yeah.
time.
There's also there's R Burman too. Like his stuff's really good.
Yeah.
His
A
soundtracks.
true music fan.
Is it?
A true music fan. You just said R. Burman.
Yeah, he's great.
He was a genius.
He's a genius.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love his music a lot.
It's incredible you picked that name. I want to know if I also want to understand how different are you today from the Greg that started about, let's say, 6 years, 5 years back? How different are you from that, and how has that impacted your music and the way you are looking at presenting your music to your fans eventually?
I feel pretty much like the same person. It's weird. Like once I mean, I got kind of known like later in life. You would say like I was like 33 when the band took off. So I feel like I tried like all these different identities, like tried like dressing all these different ways, tried a bunch of different styles, and then finally, when I figured out like that I wanted to do cigarettes after sex, to do CAS, it's like I finally kind of found what I'd been searching for forever.
Love it.
So once I found that, I'm just like, let me just do that, which is why I'm just wearing black all the time, and why the music is just all about love. To me, it's just like I found the one thing I want to do, just like do that, and it feels perfect to do that only. It's strange, it feels like it's like I've been looking for it so long, that's what's happened.
So beautifully put. All right,
Great.
absolutely the last segment.
Sure.
Some quick answers, okay? Whatever comes first to your mind, you'll have to
Okay.
tell me that. Are you ready for it, Greg?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go. What's the craziest fan comment that you've ever read about your band or about you?
Craziest fan comment? Let's see.
Can be crazy funny, can be crazy weird, whatever you think.
The craziest comment? It's a tough one, let's see. I can't think of anything right away.
Compliment or something.
A compliment? Well, the craziest fan comment, which I get all the time, and I probably still get it, is that, and I'm sure people in this room probably felt that, but people always thought I was a woman singing David Shaw.
Of course.
All the time. And I still get it all the time. And it's also, too, like, if they hear me speak, they're always like, wow, okay, like, you're
They don't expect that deep guttural voice that you have right now.
Yeah, for sure. So that was the craziest one, I think, at first.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect that. I mean, I love a lot of female singers. It's like, I tried to emulate them. But, all the time I still get that. And it's one of the first things I got. I thought, wow, that's interesting.
But I think it's the most difficult thing to do. I don't know how you do it. It must take a lot of practice as well.
They're trying to, like, I just love that sound. It's like a gentle sound.
So true.
And it comes from, like right now we have to talk this way to, like, hear each other. But, if you're, like, really intimate with someone, you're whispering, it's more like the singing voice that I use, right? I feel
Love
like
that.
you're in someone's ear and it's, like, that close. So it's a
I
different
love
kind
that.
of sound.
Absolutely. Okay. What are the funniest fans' names that you heard? Like, calling themselves after the band.
After the band?
Yeah, like some funny names that they call themselves.
Yeah, it's because I was wondering about that. Like, we have obviously-
Cassis or maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard them calling themselves anything really. It's always just kind of like CAS kind of fan club, but they haven't adopted like a name. Like, I wish they would. It'd be kind of sweet. I think if they did
We're
that.
putting it out there.
Yeah.
For the next time, you all can have some cool, crazy ones coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope they.
Okay.
I hope they do that.
Okay, tell me about something that we're going on stage in some time, right? We're very, very excited. You'll have to tell me 3 things that you have in your vanity van and something that you do before entering the stage. That's like a ritual.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, always in my room, what do I have? I keep things like so simple too. I have like nothing in my room ever. Because usually I don't do that because sometimes we'll go out and I don't want to have like stuff on me at a bar or something like that. But of course, always sunglasses. I mean, I always wear that. And what else? I mean, before I go on stage, I'm just pretty much. Just
Is there a
doing-
ritual?
Yeah, just doing like vocal warm-ups.
That's it.
Probably the craziest thing I do is like, this is like kind of revealing a lot, but like to like breathe like really deeply, you can like kind of like lie down and do like diaphragm breathing. So before a show, I'll do that and like get like in a really good place for breathing. Yeah, like meditation.
Yeah.
And then you go on stage and you just feel so good, and you like start the show off in that right place. But sometimes people walk in the room, and like I'll be like lying on the floor. They're like, "You okay?"
You're like, what's happening here?
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing down there?
But that makes sense. I think meditating is the best thing to do for on
Yeah.
stage. No wonder you guys are like always so calm on stage. But thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I know now is the time that you'll be probably doing that in some time.
I will in a second.
Probably. And then going on stage again. But it's always wonderful chatting with you,
Oh, yeah.
Greg, thank you for being so honest.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure.
And you know, you have many Indian fans who love you. So probably a message for them.
Just want to say to our Indian fans, thank you so much for all the intense, beautiful love you've given us over the years. We're so excited to be here and play for you tonight and play as many times as we can over the years, and we love you all so much.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful, Greg, and I hope I meet you again.